What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Yender War Tour YouTube channel. On this channel, I'll be giving you all the tips and tricks you need on booking your first solo travel trip. I hope my experience from traveling to over 20 plus countries can give you the information you need on booking your first successful trip. So without further ado, let's get into it. Coming in at number one is destinations. When you're booking your first solo travel trip, you want to make sure you pick the right destination. You want to pick a place that's tourist friendly, people speak the same language, and you're comfortable in. You don't want to pick a place that's off the beaten path, the locals aren't used to tourists, and just it's not a good place to go for a first time solo traveler. The number one point in solo traveling is building confidence and getting comfortable in yourself. You want to be secure enough to eat by yourself, go to events by yourself, travel to different monuments, museums, all that by yourself. To be honest, that's kind of the first and hardest thing in solo traveling that you need to get over. When you're traveling solo by yourself, you want to make sure you blend in with the local population. Don't be that guy with the fancy watch on, or the jewelry, or the new shoes and new clothes. You want to make sure you see how people around you are dressing and you kind of accommodate to that, because you don't want to stand out. When you find a destination you want to travel to and you're looking for a hotel or Airbnb, make sure you pick a place that's close to public transportation, restaurants, and shops. You want to pick a place that people are known to frequent and there's a lot of people moving around. You want to make sure that even though you're traveling alone, you don't really feel alone. Coming in at number two, foreign currency exchange. When you finally pick your destination, you're going to need to know how much money you'll need on your entire stay. My recommendation would be to visit some travel forums and see what other people have recommended when they stayed at the destination that you also pick. I'd also recommend to look around your local neighborhood or where you live locally and to see if any banks have any foreign currency exchange. I know from my experience where I live, Wells Fargo will actually sell you some foreign currency if you have an open account with them. So I have about $300 in a savings account to keep it active, and whenever I need to buy some foreign currency, I'll take it from my main bank, transfer it to my Wells Fargo account, and I'll just buy the amount of foreign currency that I need. Another option you could use is when you finally book the hotel in the country you want to visit, is to call up in advance and ask them if they sell foreign currency at that local hotel. Usually the hotel can give you a better exchange rate than going to the airport. The last option you want to look at is buying foreign currency from the airport, because they know this is kind of the last stop before you get out into the country you went to visit. So you're flying on a 5 to 10 to 15 hour flight, you get to that country, you don't have any money in that foreign country, and the airport's there like, hey, give me all of your money, and so they can kind of hit you at a higher exchange rate. So you want to make sure you check your local banks where you live, you want to call ahead at the hotel you're staying at, and lastly, you want to look at the airport if you're trying to get out some foreign currency. Number three, travel credit card. To me, travel credit cards are a lifesaver. A good travel credit card will give you no foreign transaction fees. It will also give you travel insurance for delayed bags, canceled flights, and anything else that could happen on your trip. Usually, when you're booking travel and you get close to checkout, they'll hit you with a pop-up that says, hey, for whatever X amount of money, you can protect your trip from sickness or any accidents that might happen, any emergencies that might come up. Usually they'll try to guilt trip you into this and saying that, hey, if you don't book now, you could lose out on your investment if any of those things happen. If you book that trip with a travel credit card, you're guaranteed to have trip protection already built into that. So you don't have to worry about spending any extra money on buying trip protection. A travel credit card can also give you the extra security you need in the event your bags get delayed or lost. Good cards will be able to give you $100 to $500 if your bags are delayed. So when you get to that foreign country and you don't have your bags, you can go out and buy some new clothes, toiletries, or whatever you need to get you on your day or the rest of your trip. And when you get back, a good travel card will reimburse you for any money you spent for having those delayed bags. I know when I went to Iceland, my bags were delayed for about 3 days and all I had was 2 outfits. So a travel credit card would definitely help at that time, allow me to go out and buy some clothes or things that I needed while my bags were trying to catch up to me. Number four. So when you go to a foreign country, it's quite known that your cellular device is not going to work. Or it's going to work and you're going to be roaming and they're going to charge you a crazy amount of money just to use your phone. But most carriers like Verizon, T-Mobile, and I think AT&T offer international data plans. In my case, with Verizon, I pay about $10 a day when I'm in a foreign country, and that allows me to be able to use my data plan and voice and call. If you don't have an international data plan, my recommendation would be when you arrive at your international location, they'll have some wireless shops actually inside the airport where you can buy an international SIM card. And with that international SIM card, you can buy up to 10 gigs or more of data that will allow you to use your phone when you are visiting that foreign country. When you do get that SIM card, your number will change, so people won't be able to text you from your regular number. But if you use social media apps like Instagram, Facebook Messenger, or even WhatsApp, you'll still be able to communicate with your friends and family back home. Coming in at number 5, tours and activities. To me, the best way to explore a foreign country when you're traveling alone is to book tours and activities in advance. On these tours and activities, your tour guide, who will be able to speak the language you speak, can tell you everything you need to know about that country, where to go, where to look at, and we'll even take your pictures for you to post on IG. I do it all the time, so. On those tours and activities, you'll also run into other travelers who are like-minded like you, who you can have dialogue, communications with, kind of exchange travel tips, travel experiences, places to go, places to see, things not to do, and help you, have a enjoyable travel experience. One of my favorite tours, and I highly recommend if you're going out on a solo travel trip by yourself, is the Pick a Food Tour. Usually in these food tours, you hop from one restaurant or bar to the other. You get to eat the local cuisines. You also get to talk about any historical information on those cuisines, and also just get to lay back and see the vibe of a different country, how people interact in the social environment. So I would definitely recommend you picking a food tour if you're on a solo travel trip. So hey guys, those are my top 5 tips for traveling solo. Hope they help. I hope you go out there and pick a great trip, man. Go out there and do it. Don't be scared. I know I was a little nervous on my first time traveling solo, but man, I'm telling you, I love it. It's the best thing that you could ever spend your money on. It's something that you won't regret, right? I don't regret a dime that I spent on traveling. So even if it's by myself, it's just something that you can't beat. So please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button wherever I'm gonna post it at. Keep the YouTube algorithms working, and I hope to post some more videos showing you the trips I've been on or the trips I'm going to, or just some more advice to help you on your way to being a solo traveler. Peace, guys.